Which benefits does TICO bring over uncompressed video?
Well, compared with uncompressed video, you get this magic 4:1 compression ratio, reduction in bandwidth, and that is key, without the drawbacks of a conventional codec. Of course, JPEG is an alternative, which we also support and has valid use cases, but then you are talking more hardware resources, so lower density and more cost, and also you're now talking about an incremental increase in latency. So TICO, you can almost forget that it's a codec. You can almost treat the video as uncompressed, with the network conditions being more relevant than the delay in the codec itself. And that is a sweet spot that many customers are looking for.
Where if you want to support 4K today over a 10 gigabit Ethernet standard, there is really no way of getting the 12G over that. So there has to be something to be done. And so, yeah, sure, we have to find solutions for that in the future. Of course, we will go 25 gigabit, but today there is a lot of 10 gigabit Ethernet out there. And so if we wanted to support that on our IP interface products, we included the TICO RDD35 protocol in order to be able to support 4K over a 10 gigabit Ethernet, which is otherwise in an uncompressed form unfeasible.
Well, the key savings with TICO involves bandwidth. Just that simple 4:1, 5:1 kind of bandwidth compression can make a huge financial difference in a project where the video has to transport over a long distance. It makes the difference between using a 25 gigabit or 100 gigabit connection versus using maybe a 10 gigabit connection to accomplish the same job.
In our industry, in the area in which Nevion specializes, which is real-time transport of video signals, we are forever balancing quality, latency, and bandwidth usage. And where TICO fits in very well is that it reduces the amount of bandwidth that is required, which is very expensive if you're doing 4K UHD with a large number of signals, but at the same time without compromising quality, and with latency that is very, very low and therefore pretty much real time. So it's that perfect balance between bandwidth, latency, and quality, of course.
So the TICO codec is very high quality and very low latency. So as an alternative to uncompressed, it gives some of the same feature set, as well as it being transported as SDI, as a coded SDI. So the same infrastructure that handles SDI can handle a 4K coded signal to 1080p SDI. So it works, the same infrastructure works for both uncompressed SDI and 4K.
Well, of course, TICO does, in our application, does a 4:1 bandwidth reduction over uncompressed. So certainly if you're in an environment where you're going over a carrier network, which is the case on our TICO over SMT 2022-6 product, which includes the ability to do forward error correction and seamless diversity switching, being able to bring the bandwidth down by a factor of 4 dramatically reduces the cost of transporting that signal over a metro network or a carrier network. So that's the primary benefit. Of course, the other benefit of TICO, not necessarily a benefit over uncompressed, but something that brings it in line with uncompressed, is that it's possible to compress and recompress video with TICO with no visual losses.
So the benefits that TICO brings is not only in the 4K domain, but also in the HD domain. Actually, if you want to compress 1080p to under 1 gig bandwidth, we get a lot of requests for that and applications in the field. The bandwidth savings in a remote production environment of multiple camera 4K production is basically you save a fourth of the bandwidth, and that is super important for larger productions. My name is Joop, the CEO of Aperi.
I'm Marc Levy with Macnica Technology.
I'm David Mitchinson. I'm Solutions Manager at AppearTV.
My name is Olivier Suard. I'm the VP of Marketing of Nevion.
Hi, I'm John Dale with MediaLink.
I'm Stephen from Deltacast.
We are a member of the TICO Alliance.